TSM's Reginald and Dyrus. Guys, congrats on your revenge win. Did you have any fears coming into that game?
No, not really. I mean, it was just like any other LCS game. It caught me by surprise, but I had to play for Super Week also. We were expecting EpicSkillshot to come back this week, and then there were some delays with this visa, and they're like, hey, you're playing for Super Week. I'm like, oh. And then it was just like another week of constantly playing League.
Yeah, and what's the stress level been like then, knowing that you're now having to play for Super Week and your 2-week foray into the LCS is now a substantial part of TSM season?
I've been playing so much League. I've had dreams about League of Legends, and I supposedly I'm talking in my sleep and talking about League too, man.
Good. Hopefully, good dreams, not nightmares.
I don't know. I've had some nightmares where Hotshot would kill me in my dreams. I'd be like, no, and I'd just like, I don't know.
That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
So Dyrus, Reggie back in the lineup. You guys seem to have some kind of special camaraderie. You stood on his corpse while he was reviving. You guys hug after all the games. What's it like playing with Reggie?
We're a little bit more aggressive than usual, so I kind of have to like think about should we stay here, and like I kind of asked the team, should we stay here? Are we going to stay here and get aced and throw again, or are we just going to back off and then slowly win the game? And I kept thinking about that, and it's been working out pretty well. And Reggie's been doing very well in like the past week, and I'm really happy that we won.
I do have to ask you kind of a looking back question. Since you've played with Reggie now for probably about 3 years, what's the biggest difference from when you first started playing with Reggie to playing with him now?
It's not only Reggie from back then. Well, actually it is, honestly, because he single-handedly carried the team back then. Back then, he would just make all the calls. He knew what to do. He would win his lane 100% of the time. Well, most 99% of the time. Back in Season 2, he would play Karthus and kill them at like level 1 or 2, or he'll be the one engaging instead of Odd One back then. And now with the new meta and the new season, now it has to be like maybe special engages or Odd One engages, and Reggie still can do those engages. It's just that there's not a lot of mid laners that can single-handedly engage anymore. Like there's the Karthus walls and there's the follow-ups, but it's just different metas.
Okay, so then talking about everyone kind of making plays, we have a replay. It's right after a big dragon fight. You guys end up sort of tower diving them in a 5 versus 4. If we can get that on your screen, I want you to walk me through what you're thinking in this fight.
I don't even know why I'm there. I was just like, I'm really fed, so I just didn't really care. I was like, guys, we can kill him. Siobhan's top. I'll just tank this tower. You guys kill them. I'm not really paying attention to my team. I hope you guys aren't feeding. All right, someone tank it so I can kill these guys. Tank it, please. Tank it. All right, I'm going in. All right, don't die. All right, good job. No one died.
That's good shot calling. Is that verbatim how that works?
Oh, I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Inside the mind of
I just said someone tank tower, and the rest is just like I'm just thinking everything else. Like that's
the
all.
Internal monologue of Dyrus.
What's really interesting about this game is when Coast has been successful, a lot of it's been Zion just dominating his lane, but you kind of flipped it around on him in this game. How are you able to come out so far ahead CS-wise on Zion?
So this week I decided that I can't play passively and like just win the game by being lazy with Mundo, because if I do that, like they have the advantage on me. Siobhan is gonna like proxy me. They're gonna roam on my middle, and it's like, all right, I can't really let that happen this week. I need to change it up. I've been looking at all the metas from Korea to China to Europe, and I'm seeing a lot of Renekton bans against the really good players like Impact or they banned it like. And then I played the matchup Siobhan versus Renekton, and I was like, Renekton has the advantage in this matchup as long as Siobhan doesn't go for that scale. So if I play it perfectly, I can do it well and carry the team. Although sometimes I miss a couple of CS and it really bugs me, but I felt like I really needed to be the aggressor as a top lane. And while Bjergsen's gone, I want to improve enough to where when he comes back, he'll be like, wow, my top lane's not playing passive and their top laner's not diving me anymore. So I just wanted to alleviate a little bit more pressure on my team. Even though it puts me out of my comfort zone with Mundo, I tried really hard to learn Renekton this week.
Yeah, and with your large lead that you guys had in lane, as well as the dive, Baron fight was really kind of showing the game when you got your big ace onto Coast. We can get that replay up on the screen as well. We heard the inside the mind of Dyrus for that replay. So Reggie, tell us what you were thinking in this fight.
So I mean, right now, Thresh was out of position, so let's try to do our best to catch out Thresh and get Baron, right? Mainly because we just kept getting poked down and we couldn't really do Baron, so we're just really trying our best to catch them. And I don't know, like this, like they just all died turtle, and it was a huge cluster. I didn't even know what was going on. All I knew was that we had a huge lead and we had the numbers on them, so we would win the fight. But it was surprisingly pretty close. Like if Turtle hadn't died there, we would have gotten Baron. But since he did die, we just decided to reset, and we already had like complete control. So we decided to just like reset, play it safe, and just end the game slowly.
Okay, so of course you guys did win that game, and you're still in control of first place, up a game on Cloud9. 3 more games in Super Week, including a game against CLG tomorrow. How are you feeling about your future matches?
Dang, it's unpredictable. I mean, my play is kind of dicey right now. Some games I'll do super well, some games I'll do not so well. So hoping that we can, like, aiming for the 4-0, of course, but realistically, I think we can do a good 3-1 against CLG. It's gonna be a tough match. I think that we can come out ahead if we play solid.
That is really kind of the big question, though. To me, TSM versus CLG, especially with you back this week, since it's such an old matchup. What are your thoughts on the CLG team and how you're going to match up with them right this week?
I mean, I think it was a long-term rivalry. Like before, I would always get really hyped up for CLG matches, and they were doing really terribly for a really long time. Like, no offense, and so I kind of lost that like rivalry where like, oh, I'm so excited to play CLG. It was just like the same thing every single time. But now, since their roster's really strong, I'm actually really excited to play them. But it would have been so much better if Bjergsen's here to play for me instead.
Put him in your stead and
Exactly.
say, go, please beat up Link. All right, well, guys, of course, congratulations on your win. We'll see you throughout the rest of the week, but we've got more games to go on, so we're going to toss it over to Riv and Kobe for the next game. But as we go, CLG have been enjoying the recent success, as Reggie put it.